Hey everybody, Double RPG here, and if you could tell from this camera angle, yeah, it's time for another unboxing. As many of you may recall, back in 2009, I reviewed Dissidia Final Fantasy on the PSP, and if you recall back in 2011, I reviewed its predecessor, Dissidia Duodecim Final Fantasy, which was a prequel, and it came out in that year, and I thought it was a much better game. Now, since it is 2018, about 7 years later after the last Dissidia release on home video game platforms, we finally get Dissidia Final Fantasy NT released on the PlayStation 4 that was put out by Square Enix and developed by Team Ninja. Yes, you may recall Team Ninja, who are famous for both the Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden, the reboot series, as well as Neo, even though the company is quite notorious at this time because of other things that I won't even get into, but they actually made a game that I'm actually really looking forward to, and of course that game is Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. And of course, with any type of Final Fantasy game that comes out on a console, per tradition, there is a collector's edition, and I got me one right here. So we're gonna take a look at the contents that's within this bad boy. So join me if you can. Okay guys, I'm actually standing from this angle, so that way you can actually see the contents of this box, and we'll see what the outsides of the box looks like, as well as what it shows what's going to be inside of the box, and we will actually take an in-depth look at the content that's inside here. So if you could see from the title screen, we can actually see the title logo, which is once again illustrated by Yoshitaka Amano from past Final Fantasy fame. And you could actually see the God of Destruction Spiritus, as well as the Goddess of Protection Materia. Those are the two new gods, or two new deities that take place of, those are the two new deities that actually proceed or succeed that of both Chaos and Cosmos, respectively. And you can tell from this little sticker right here, it actually says Final Fantasy the 30th Anniversary, which I think this game is supposed to represent the 30th anniversary of the Final Fantasy franchise, even though that 30th anniversary hit back in December 18th of last year. But, you know, for a console release like this, I don't mind it being the 30th anniversary ambassador, but that's not the point. But anyways, we take a look at one side here. We actually see the protagonist of Final Fantasy 15, which is Noctis Lucis Kylum, which I did an unboxing for the Ultimate Collector's Edition of Final Fantasy 15 back over a year ago. And if you take a look at the right side, you can actually see there's one of Cloud Strife, the main protagonist of Final Fantasy 7. And on the top, of course, it says Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, and of course I got the nail file because we will open this with a nail file. On the bottom, nothing, so let's go ahead and take a look at the back. And it says the contents that are included are an exclusive Ultimate Collector's Steelbook case, as well as the PS4 game disc, and an official soundtrack with 15 tracks selected from the Dissidia series and newly recorded music, and that newly recorded music would be in this game. And of course, there is the 8¼ inch Warrior of Light bust, which is the big show for this collector's edition. And we have 3 alternate Final Fantasy trading card game cards. And of course, we got ourselves a hardcover 84-page art book of this game. And of course, the collector's box featuring legendary Final Fantasy characters on the package. And the Season Pass content, which I am already, by the time when this video goes up, I already have downloaded the Season Pass onto my PlayStation 4, so you can't even get the content that's on there. But it says there are 6 additional playable characters, as well as including their standard costume and weapons, and a color variation of the costumes for the 6 characters mentioned from above, and additional weapons for the 6 characters mentioned from above. So, yeah. There's all that additional content that's going to be included for the Season Pass of this year. They haven't even announced what characters are on there, but they have been giving subtle hints, but we don't know exactly what those characters are going to be. But anyways, if we take a look down here, it says it has 25 gigabytes at minimum. This is like one of those things where I'm going to need to get a PlayStation 4 Pro this year, so that way I can have more hard drive space and I can actually play the games in their best quality and their best performance. But that's for another time. But anyway, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. So I'll go ahead and use the nail filer, open this up, and we'll see what the contents are inside, even though we do know what the contents are going to be. Anyway, we'll throw the cellophane away. And of course this opens up nicely from over here, so that gives us less trouble. We can actually see Mugo, or not Mugo, but Kupo the Moogle, that's on the top there, which that Moogle also made an appearance in the previous Dissidia games that were on the PSP. So I don't think I need to explain that much, really. And here we have the box, and of course we got the silhouettes of the characters that are in the game. Well, most of them, well, some of them anyway. Like right there, that's Warrior of Light, and I think that's supposed to be Squall Leonhardt, and of course there's Kupo the Moogle. And we got Y'shtola right there, we got Zidane, we got Tidus, we got Shintoto, we got Vaughn, we got Lightning, we got Firion, we got Cloud right there, we got Onionite, and I think that's supposed to be Cecil right there. And there's nothing on the top nor the bottom, so we actually get a good indication of what was shown to us based on those character silhouettes. I mean, there's no Terra or no Bartz or anything like that, so that's kind of a shame that they forgot to put them inside this. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of here. Here we have the steel bookcase collector's edition. The collector's edition steel bookcase, and of course we got Warrior of Light on the front there, and then we got Garland from Final Fantasy 1 on the back. That's actually pretty cool, and you can see on the spine it says Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. Now if we open this up, it tells us we got the Dissidia Final Fantasy NT game disc. Of course we got the I think this is supposed to be a game bonus for when you download Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, or Ominous or Omnia, that is going to come onto both the Android and iOS platforms. So there's that little code for you right there to get some bonus content. And of course, there's the Season Pass, which I won't turn over to the side and show you what that Season Pass is supposed to be, so I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, there really isn't nothing. It just gives you all that jargon that what you would expect from a season pass that you see in for a video game. So that's not really that too hard to explain that. And here we have some things that are... Whoa! Here we have some things to expect from this season pass, some of the information and such. Here, it tells us about the track list within the official soundtrack for this game. And it even gives off the music pieces that can actually play it, as well as the ones that are actually within past games that are in this one. And within the back page, you can actually see the main heroes of this game from Final Fantasies 1 through 15, so that's pretty cool. Information about safety details, don't really need to care about that. And some promo material about other Final Fantasy games that have already released, like we have Final Fantasy XIV from A Realm Reborn all the way up to the recently released Stormblood, which is actually nice. And we got Kingdom Hearts 3, which doesn't really mention about a release date or anything like that, but we do know it's coming out this year. And the Final Fantasy XV Season Pass, which I already have, and I can't wait for the extra content that's coming out for that game this year after the Royal Edition comes out. And I'm also planning on picking this game up on the PC, since I do have a powerful enough PC to play it. And of course, we get the little special promotion that Square Enix is doing with Nissan Cup Noodles, to where you can actually get exclusive downloadable content from these said packages to put into the game, so that way you can get like extra weapons and that kind of stuff that you can download, and extra costumes, which you can also do in game too if you want, but you know, I just wanted to show off that. But anyway, that's that. And if you take a look right here, this is the disc for... This is the CD-ROM for the soundtrack. Only nothing on the side, you know, on either side there, but it's got some pretty cool disc art, so I actually like that. And if you take a look at the first page right here of the Steelbook case, you can actually see the weapons of the warriors on the side of Materia, or the side of Cosmos, rather. So, yeah, you can actually see some of them. I think that's supposed to be Cecil's, I think... or that's supposed to be Cecil. I'm not even sure which is which, but I think that's supposed to be Kane's. I know that's Y'shtola's. I know that's Squall's. I think that's supposed to be Zidane's, if I'm not... No, that's Vaughn's, and there's Terra's right there. Okay, now I'm getting it. And I think the red one on top, I think that's supposed to be Firion's. And the disc for the PlayStation 4 version, like I said, it's really nothing that too special, but, you know, it's what you'd expect from a Square Enix game that's on the PlayStation 4. And here we have the other weapons for the other characters, like we have the Buster Sword for Cloud, the Blaze Edge for Lightning, we have the Mage Masher for Zidane. Here we have this weapon for Tidus, and I think that's supposed to be Onion Knights, Warrior of Light, and I don't see the engine blade for Noctis, which I'm actually very surprised that we don't actually see it. It might be there, but I may have missed, I probably have mislooked it or whatever. But, they just show off the main weapons for the main character. So, yeah, this steel bookcase, it actually looks pretty legit, if you ask me. And here we have the, here we have the promo set for the Dissidia Final Fantasy NT trading cards for the Final Fantasy trading card game. If I can get this open, which I should be able to. Oh, here we go. And I think the little barcode right here is that if I wanted to order it or something, I can actually go online or something. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the characters that are on there. Here we have a Warrior of Light, and you can see on the back is really nothing. Here we have Cloud Strife, which is actually pretty cool. And we got one of Lightning, and they seem to be all... it seems that their stats are pretty well balanced. But again, they all have their attributes and their weaknesses and strengths over one another. So, yeah, we got these 3 cards that are in there, and they said they were random, and they were most certainly random for me for characters that I actually like. Well, maybe except for Lightning, but 2 out of 3 that I actually like. But yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so with this, here we have the art book, and I'll show you some of the pages. I'm not going to flip through all the pages, but just wanted to show you what some of the stuff looks like. Here we have a message from the game's director, Takeo Fujiraoka. And you can't really see the text right there since it's so small, but yeah, it's really nice when they have messages like that in art books, for a director of a game saying thank you for purchasing this product and we hope that you enjoy it and that kind of stuff. And of course we got the game's producer, Ichiro Hazama, giving his words. I wouldn't be surprised if Tetsuya Nomura actually did an interview on here, but there's one of Yosuke Hayashi from Team Ninja, and yeah, it just keeps going with those 3 people from Team Ninja. I don't see one for any of the people at Square that I mentioned. Oh, there's one with Kazushige Nojima right there, which he actually did the scenario writing for this game, which I thought was actually pretty awesome. And yeah, those were just 4 out of everybody. I might have missed Nomura in one of them. Nope, it looks like we did get everybody. So, if we just take a look at some of the pages right here, we can actually see some of the character designs for the characters. I'm just going to flip over a few. Here we have Warrior of Light in both his in-game rendition of Final Fantasy I on the NES, as well as his appearance from Dissidia Final Fantasy and his in-game screenshot of this game. And then we have one of Garland from both sides, and here we have Firion from Final Fantasy II. Let's turn to another one. There's one of Kain right there, and there's one of Terra, and one of Kefka. Here we have Cloud in both his traditional getup as well as the one from Advent Children, which is actually pretty awesome. And there's Ultimecia, and I think that's supposed to be Kuja from Final Fantasy IX, and there's Tidus, both his original getup as well as the one for Dissidia. That's actually pretty cool. And let me see if I... And here's some ones of the stages that you can actually play in, which, again, I won't even go through all of them, but of course there's Midgar, Alexandria, Besaid Island, Rabanastre, Eden, and Porta Decumana, or Decumana. But nothing of Final Fantasy 15 related, like the City of Insomnia or whatnot. But anyway, here we got the summons, and of course we got Ifrit, we got Shiva, we got Odin, we got Ramuh, and we got Leviathan, we got Alexander, and of course we got Bahamut. Of course, with every Final Fantasy game, you can't go wrong with Bahamut. But anyway, that's pretty much the art book right there. So yeah, I actually really like that. Anyway, we came to the meat and potatoes, or the finale of this whole shindig, and of course we're going to take a look at the bust that came with this collector's edition. And it's a bust of the Warrior of Light, and that's actually a pretty small one. Holy crap, I was actually expecting something bigger out of that. Look how big that is. Yeah, and that close up and far away from the bed, you can actually tell that's a pretty small bust. But, you know, for something like this, if you have like a desk or something, that's actually pretty neat to have on there. And it's about the same size as the busts for the judges from the Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age Collector's Edition, which I did an unboxing of last year. Yeah, it's about around that size, but it's just the detail of Warrior of Light is really, really good. His blade, his armor, the hair, and, you know, just everything from his top half. I really like that. But too bad I'm not going to be able to stand him up, as you just only get a good sneak peek of what he looks like through the stuff that you just see on here. But, yeah, maybe I could just try to stand him up and just end off the video from there. Well, you know, with him still in his packaging and whatnot, but yeah, let's just keep him right there. Anyway, guys, that is all with my unboxing. I really hope you enjoyed what I had to show to all of you, and if you're playing Dissidia Final Fantasy NT on the PlayStation 4, let me know your most favorite feature of that game, or is there anything about the game that you don't like, and if there's something that you don't like about it, then let me know why in the comments. Also, be sure to hit that thumbs up video down beneath this video, as well as leaving your feedback down in the comments on other things in general. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button underneath this video, as more support from you guys will mean that more content is coming from me in the future that you're not going to find anywhere else. So until next time, guys, this is Double RPG signing off by saying Godspeed and game on, gamers. Have a great one, and peace out.